Hi there, my name is Tercy Engelhardt, and I'd like to welcome you to the Unreasonably Grateful podcast, Living in Grace by Choice. I don't know, maybe you've been with me for 290 episodes, or maybe you're listening for the very first time. Wherever you are on that spectrum, welcome. Grateful to have you. I was talking to the assistant at the eye doctor where I went yesterday, and she started telling me her healing story because I noticed that she had lost a lot of weight and I hadn't seen her for a year. And it was so amazing because she kept sharing with me how listening to other people's stories had impacted her, and how now she's inspired to perhaps do a podcast, or she's more transparent about her own story. And it reminded me of this, like, this is how this group of people have gotten together. We learn from one another's stories, and I share my story in the hopes that you'll hear something that will aid you in becoming more of who you were created to be, rather than the people that we've practiced being out of life experiences, which are oftentimes how we respond to trauma or disappointment or heartbreak, or how we've lived with addiction or survived abuse, or all the other ways that just the fallenness of this world has impacted our lives. And we've created a way of being in response to it, rather than living from these divine qualities that we're all imbued with and calling them forth in the people around us. So, anyway, glad to have you. Thank you for being here. I hope you do hear something that moves you along on your own journey. It's my hope that you do. And I appreciate you. I'm glad that you're a part of this opportunity with me. So let's see. We're through Thanksgiving. We're into December. And I don't know about you, but when I was writing the introduction of this particular episode, I was thinking about how whenever I read a good book, I notice when I'm in my last few chapters, I slow down because I don't want it to end. I look back at all the experiences and the emotions and all that I've been through with that particular story, and I relish it. And that's where my invitation comes. So I'm inviting all of us to slow down in these last few weeks of 2025, when seasonally it feels like this pace picks up. You know, there's Christmas trees to bring in and presents to buy and gifts to wrap and parties to go to and baking and Christmas cards and whatever, all of what happens during this holiday season. And rather than ending the year in kind of the hectic pace, or resisting it, or complaining about it, or hibernating from it, let's just slow down and relish the year 2025 up till its very last minute. Let's look back and recall the journey that we've been on together, the highlights and the low points, because oftentimes those places are places of great growth. I know my accident was this year. The accident was in August, and I I reclaimed and got, for the first time in a new way, that I don't have to try so hard. I don't have to effort so much. And I got really clear on what matters most. And when I was writing my Christmas letter this year, just a couple of nights ago, I found myself thinking about what matters most and the importance of living with what matters most in the forefront of my life every single day. And so I really want to invite you to take on, for the rest of 2025, slowing down and letting yourself relish these last few weeks, reflecting back on just the gems of this past year, how far you've come, the lessons you've learned, the opportunities you've seized, the growth that you've had. And so rather than get caught up in the speed of what occurs or is marketed as celebration, breathe, slow down. It doesn't even mean you'll do less, but you'll actually be more aware and relishing what you are doing. And so it's a conscious move, whether you spend a little bit of time in the morning or a little bit of time in the evening, just sitting still in the stillness, in the quiet, reflecting, turning inward. And then throughout the day, not letting yourself get caught up in the hustle and bustle, but rather basking in each and every moment as we wrap up another year together, relishing each moment. Okay? So that's it. That's it for this week. It's simple and it's not easy. And so I invite you to really take on relishing each moment and slowing down for the last few weeks of 2025. And I'll be here next week. And I look forward to seeing you then.